What's up, ass faces? Welcome back to Lab Session 72, episode 72, Bet with Juice. Thank you guys for tuning in on this Monday evening. I hope everybody's having a great time. I hope everybody had a great Thanksgiving with their family. Boys, I haven't seen you guys since the 30th of October, since right before freaking Halloween when I was rocking the juice box before Game 6 of the World Series. That's why I got the goggles on, because if you don't know by now, the boys went back to back. Friday night, Halloween, we had Game 6. Yoshi was a dog, was an animal. People were, if anybody's watching, like, what are you talking? That was a month ago. I'm still riding on that Dodger championship high. Can you blame me? That was one of the greatest World Series I think a lot of us have watched so far in our lives. It was great. It was especially great because our boys got it done. Game 7, you saw what happened. It was a great series. Hats off to the Blue Jays. You guys had yourselves a season, but the boys are still the champions. So, now that that's done, we got Monday Night Football tonight. You got the New York Giants at Patriots in New England at Foxborough. Patriots are on a 9-game winning streak right now. They're not winning tonight. They're not winning at home tonight. The Giants are going to come in and upset them. Jackson Dart, my guy, is going to have himself a game. That's our boy. That's our guy right there. He is going to get it done tonight against the Patriots. Before I get to the slips, I just want to talk about NBA because we're obviously like getting a little bit halfway. We got the NBA Cup getting interesting, going to the I think quarterfinals soon or semifinals. I'm not sure. Lakers are absolutely dominating right now. Luka and Austin Reeves and LeBron are a three-headed monster that nobody wants any part of. I promise you. Luka with LeBron is insane. The way that Austin's playing right now is he's playing out of his mind. So, with that being said, also I was going to talk about Denny, our boy Denny Avdija. He's finally clicked and finally got it going, scoring 20, 25 plus a game. So, let's get into the slips for today. You guys can tell there's about 10 minutes left before the game starts. No, about 13 minutes. Got a little bit of snuffles. But we are locked in for, I'll show you the NBA slip real quick too. Let's get a good lighting on this. Let's see if that works. Let's go a little bit brighter. Probably should have tested this out before. We're slacking here. Yeah, that's not going to work, huh? Bless you, buddy. Buddy just sneezed. All right, there you go. You got Ryan Rollins, 23.5 points and assists. Evan Mobley, 29.5 points and rebounds. I had to make sure I was right on that. And then I'll just go ahead and read it. Jalen Johnson, 38.5 points, rebounds, and assists. Josh Giddey, 34.5 points, rebounds, and assists. And like I said, our boy Austin, 23.5 points. That is 24. Kobe, Bean Bryant. That's it right there. That's our NBA slip for the night. You guys can still lock some of that in if you wanted to on Prize Picks. We're going to 13 to pay 312. I'm really hoping that Ryan Rollins is dominating right now and having himself a game. Before I forget, I was supposed to mention this in the very beginning of the episode, but obviously I have not recorded in a couple of weeks. Haven't felt the need to. Like I said, I've been riding on this Dodgers high. But shout out my boy Will. He said, dude, you got to record an episode. You got to get back on. Talk to the people. Talk to the people. Tell them your picks. Speak to them. So, like I said, shout out William. This episode is for you. We are going to hit a bet tonight. I'm not even going to look at Ryan Rollins stuff right now. I'm pretty sure he's dominating because he's a dog. Let's get into my main slip on the NFL Monday Night Football game for tonight. Where are you at, buddy? There it is. All right. I'm going to read it off. let's do this. I'm going to read it off and then show you guys the entire slip. Travion Henderson, 70-plus rushing yards. Giants, they do have a great defense, but the run defense is garbage. So, we're going to go ahead and fade the run defense. 70-plus, easy for Travion. Theo Johnson, the tight end from the Giants, 4 receptions. Guy's been an animal so far, and he's gonna keep balling out for us. Matt Collins does not like wearing shoes. The guy's a weirdo, but that's why we're taking him. He doesn't give a shit, so we don't give a shit. 20-yard reception on the night, and then you got Keyshawn Booty from LSU and Jackson Dart, both getting in the end zone, scoring touchdowns tonight, and then Brian Burns to record a sack. Brian Burns, he's probably going to have 2 of them tonight. That guy is a dog. Absolute animal. That is our main lotto, our main slip for the night. Let's see if we can lock it on the camera. Boom. $6 to win us a rackaroo. $1,134. $6. Buy yourself a sub sandwich, not from Subway anymore, because those cost like $10. Yeah, I'm sure you could find yourself a $6 sub somewhere. Sabatino's, Monday through Friday, get yourself a lunch special, either a half sub or a freaking personal pizza. If you haven't been to Sabatino's, I don't know what you're doing. That is the main slip for the night. I'll go ahead and read off these touchdown parlays real quick for you guys before we end this episode. Mr. Wan'Dale Robinson, Matt Collins, no shoes, Travion Henderson, and Tyrone Tracy. This one seems pretty simple, all right? Travion, see, come on, lock in. Travion and Tracy should get in easily. The 2 running backs, both scoring pretty easily. And then Matt Collins, we got him for that 20-yard reception, right? I think he scores on one of those. I think he scores on a long catch. He burns the DBs from the Giants. And then you got Wan'Dale Robinson also hopefully burning the DBs from the Patriots. That one is $3, pay $2.56. That's also kind of a lotto, but if we have a great game tonight, back and forth, I'm pretty sure that should hit. Who knows? In case that one doesn't hit, we got one more. I think this one's pretty cool. I think you guys are going to like this one. Let's see. I'll show you the last 2, actually. New England defense, right? Jackson Dart, I love you, kid. I do have a feeling you might throw a pick tonight, and they might run it back. If not, oh well. And then you got Theo Johnson. Like I said, he's been an absolute dog lately. Getting in the end zone. And then Stephon Diggs should be pretty easy. Shout out Cardi B. Bodak Yellow. Get in the end zone, Stephon. Get in the end zone, dog. And then, I'm only doing this one because Darius Slayton totally botched our slip last week. Could have had $600, and he decided not to score. But we got 3 gentlemen right here. Demario Douglas, Hunter Henry, and Darius Slayton getting in the end zone. $3 to pay $2.58. Lock that in right there. You guys have about 7 minutes to lock these in. I do want to let you guys know how Jackson Dart's going to score, though. He's going to be on the 6-yard line. You got it? Let's see. Where's he at? It's not showing. I was going back and forth. 4-yard line, on the goal line, maybe on the 5-yard line. Nope. This kid's going to be on the 6-yard line, all right? Out of shotgun formation. Out of shotgun formation. Jackson Dart. 52's the mic. 52's the mic. Sir. Play action. Fakes it to Travion or possibly Ramondre Stevenson. Whoever's in the game at that point. Probably Ramondre. Because why are we going to give it to Ramondre and not Travion? Jackson fakes the handoff to Ramondre. Fakes a pass. And then he runs for the end zone. 6-yard touchdown. Tutty! Huh! Jackson Dart for 6. Number 6. Our birthday's on the 6th. Those are Juice's signs for the night. Lock them in, boys. Jackson Dart getting in the end zone from the 6-yard line. Rushing touchdown. Get her done, boys. Thank you guys for tuning in once again to Lab Session 72, episode 72. Bet with Juice. Let's have a damn night, boys. Peace.